Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley. Welcome back from the weekend, and it looks like we've got even more reason now to believe that Crash Bandicoot is bringing its special brand of nostalgia to Xbox One. An official Xbox One listing for the Insane trilogy has appeared on UK retail site Base.com. Like similar accidental retail listings, Base.com also has Crash coming out this December for Xbox One, adding even more fuel to the speculation that it will be out on other platforms by the end of the year. That joins several other listings for the game from retailers around the world, plus that recent appearance from one of Crash's developers of the Xbox UI for the game. So not exactly confirmation, not yet, but the evidence is definitely mounting. With still no word about the virtual console for Switch from Nintendo, come on guys. Well, fortunately we've got a few more puzzle pieces and rumors, with some of the most recent ones indicating that GameCube titles could be on the way, which is very, very exciting. I will tide myself over with GameCube Animal Crossing, please. Screenshots surfaced over the weekend that were supposedly from Nintendo's European website servers listing several GameCube games as coming for the Switch. Did that list include the long-rumored Animal Crossing? Well, no, it didn't. I wish it did, but it didn't. It was just Sonic Adventure DX, Director's Cut, and Doshin the Giant, but hey, they could be on the way. It's a start. It's gonna be so long before I get my proper Switch Animal Crossing that I would love a virtual console version. Nintendo, if you're listening, do it for me. Destiny fans worried about content in Destiny 2 have a little bit less to be concerned about, judging by some new information about the upcoming sequel. According to the newest issue of Edge magazine, the space shooter is going to have loads of PvE content to keep you busy, with more than 80 missions and activities spread throughout the game. In fact, at one point they realized they had more content than they had progression, a problem they've since fixed, they say. In other random Destiny news over the weekend, it was also confirmed that the PC version of Destiny 2 will also have its own tools for players to view a frame rate counter as well as a set of frame rate target. There's no doubt, welcome news, after word dropped pretty recently that Bungie wouldn't be allowing for the use of any third-party apps with overlays, which had a lot of people worried. So maybe where you're a little bit less PC gamers, you will be able to obsess over every little frame to your heart's content, and because you want all those frames, right? In addition to handing out tons of money to the winners, congratulations Team Liquid. This week's DOTA 2 International Tournament also featured a different kind of head-to-head showdown. Some of the world's best players took on Elon Musk's OpenAI. DOTA 2 pro Dendy took OpenAI on in a best-of-3 competition and was soundly defeated in the first 2 rounds. On the OpenAI website, the team wrote, "The bot learned the game from scratch by self-play and does not use imitation learning or tree search. This is a step towards building AI systems which accomplish well-defined goals in messy, complicated situations involving real humans. Hopefully, those complicated situations don't involve our subjugation. Let's just keep it to eSports robots, especially now that we've got them trying to learn StarCraft too. There's gonna be no humans left in eSports pretty soon." Last week's huge No Man's Sky update with surprise multiplayer has apparently injected some major life into the game's player base. No Man's Sky entered Steam's top 50 player count for the first time in many, many months, thanks to the update seeing totals of around 19,000 peak players on at the same time. The game hasn't seen those kind of numbers since, well, literally a year ago when it first launched. Hello Games is promising other massive updates in the near future, with 1.3 providing the framework for more multiplayer experiments to come. We'll see if the game can sustain these kinds of numbers for the long haul, but for the time being, congratulations to Hello Games for getting players interested again. Anecdotal, but I will say there were 2 people in my house playing it this weekend just to check it out again. So that's a pretty good sign. It looks like a soccer player is gonna get some money from Riot Games after a judge agreed that they, used his likeness for a League of Legends character without permission. A Dutch court says that Riot must disclose how much the striker Lucian skin has earned the company so they can determine how much to compensate Edgar Davids, the soccer player. Davids has said that the skin is a dead ringer for him, down to the dreadlocks and even his signature eyewear, and back in 2014, a former studio employee tweeted, "For all you wondering, striker Lucian was inspired by soccer pro Edgar Davids." So, yeah, that probably definitely helped his case. Various sites have shown side-by-side comparisons of Davids and Lucian, so yeah, they look pretty close. What do you guys think? South Korea's internet cafes not too happy with the remastered StarCraft. The cafes, known as PC Bongs, are upset after Blizzard said it will charge them an hourly fee to offer the game to their customers. Blizzard says it's charging them about 20 cents per hour because the remastered game offers a variety of benefits like extra experience points, which justify the new fee. But the Internet PC Culture Association says the new fees are unfair. The association filed an antitrust petition with the Federal Trade Commission yesterday and said Blizzard Entertainment is misappropriating its superior market status to push unfair measures to PC Bong owners, most of which are small-sized business owners. It remains to be seen how this is going to play out, but if you want to check out Remastered StarCraft, it does release today. Maybe just don't do it in a PC Bong. Big question of the day, would Aquaman make a good Kratos? Jason Momoa, who plays the swimming superhero, and Khal Drogo too, says he'd absolutely be down to portray the lead character if they ever made a God of War movie. Momoa was asked the hypothetical in a recent panel interview, and he said, "I saw pictures of that guy. I would love to play him." Momoa was then asked if he'd be interested in the role if he was contacted by Sony, and he replied, "Hell yeah." Gotta admit, he'd be a pretty damn good Kratos, but it would suck a little bit if you had to shave all that beautiful hair because he's got so much of it. First things first though, he'll be Aquaman in Justice League, and that hits theaters November 17th, and apparently they're having so much trouble filming the Aquaman movie. You know why? Water. Yeah. Score one for podcasters. The Electronic Frontier Foundation has won an appeals court ruling against a patent troll in a case that could have threatened the livelihood of internet broadcasters everywhere. The case involves a company called Personal Audio and its patent for a system for disseminating media content representing episodes in a serialized sequence, which is pretty broad. In a statement, the EFF said that its petition showed that Personal Audio did not invent anything new, and in fact, other people were podcasting years before Personal Audio first applied for a patent. Personal Audio is appealing, of course, and the next stop could potentially be the Supreme Court if that actually goes through. Did you know that Americans don't need fast home internet? Yeah. You don't. You thought you did. Yeah, you don't. You need those like 22 gigabytes of patches for Telltale or whatever? Nah, you're fine. That's what the FCC is saying anyway, and they're facing quite a bit of backlash for it. The commission made the comments last week when it said that it might decide that smartphone access is a proper substitute for cable or fiber internet. Needless to say, people didn't agree. The site has been swamped with comments from people like Gary Smith from South Carolina, who said, "Are you bloody insane? The US is already at the bottom of the pack for broadband speeds, but at the top for prices, yet you seem to think that not only is that perfectly acceptable, but that slower, pricier mobile broadband is a suitable replacement." Well said, sir. Anyway, not a great look for a government agency that's also siding with internet providers against net neutrality protections. This could be a bumpy ride for everyone concerned. At least, well, everyone concerned in the US. Everyone else's internet speeds, can we borrow just maybe a couple of internet? Anyway, that's all the news we have for you guys today. Let us know what you think of all these stories in the comments down below to make sure you get news from every corner of the internet every day. Like this video. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to the know. Otherwise, liking the video is just not, I think it's not gonna get you there. Would Aquaman make a good Kratos? Damn it. I always fuck that up. So I always call him Thanos instead of Thanos, and I always call him Kratos instead of Kratos. Which one is it now? I just messed myself up. I just completely messed myself up.
It's Kratos.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Is it? No. Yes.